Have you ever looked at successful people and wondered what separates them from everyone else? Why do some people seem to attract wealth, opportunities, and success almost effortlessly, while others work hard every single day and still struggle to move forward? Most people think fortune is about luck. They believe rich people were born into the right families, met the right connections, or simply happened to be in the right place at the right time. But Jim Rohn taught something completely different. He believed fortune is not an accident, it is not random, and it is certainly not reserved for a lucky few. According to Jim Rohn, every fortune begins long before money appears in a bank account. It starts in the mind. Before someone builds wealth, they first build the thinking patterns that make wealth possible. Before someone creates success, they first develop the mental discipline required to recognize opportunities, make wise decisions, and stay committed long enough to win. This is the hidden truth most people never learn. Money is rarely the first result. Mindset is. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your thoughts. A poor strategy creates poor results. A powerful strategy creates powerful results. And today, we are going to uncover the exact mental strategy behind every fortune. Not theories, not motivational cliches, but timeless principles taught by Jim Rohn himself. Principles that have shaped entrepreneurs, leaders, millionaires, and high achievers around the world. If you feel stuck, if you know you are capable of more, if you are tired of watching others create the life you secretly want for yourself, then this message is for you. Stay with me until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you think about money, success, and your future forever. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Fortune begins with responsibility. The philosophy of Jim Rohn begins with a foundational, albeit uncomfortable, truth. You are the primary architect of your current reality. To many, this sounds like a burden, but Rohn reframed it as the ultimate source of power. When you accept 100% responsibility for your life, you effectively end the era of being a passenger in your own journey. Most people spend their entire lives pointing fingers at the invisible thieves of their success. The fluctuating economy, a difficult upbringing, or a boss who doesn't recognize their talent. However, the moment you realize that the wind blows on us all, you stop complaining about the wind and start focusing on the set of your sail. This shift is the precise moment when a victim transforms into a victor. It is the psychological prerequisite for wealth, because fortune cannot be built on a foundation of excuses. Taking responsibility means looking at your bank account, your health, and your relationships, and acknowledging that they are the cumulative result of your own choices. It is a radical departure from the common narrative that suggests we are products of our environment. If you believe your success is tied to the tax code or the political climate, you have essentially handed over the keys to your future to people you have never met. Jim Rohn famously taught that you cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself. By stopping the blame game, you reclaim the energy you used to spend on resentment and redirect it toward problem solving. This is why responsibility is power. It puts the tools of transformation back into your hands, allowing you to build something meaningful regardless of the external weather. Furthermore, the decision to take responsibility acts as a filter for the opportunities that come your way. People who are constantly blaming their circumstances tend to attract others who do the same, creating a cycle of stagnation. Conversely, those who own their results attract high performers and mentors who value accountability. When you declare, "My future is my job," you stop waiting for a rescue party that isn't coming. You begin to look at every failure as a data point, rather than a personal tragedy. This mindset allows you to endure the hardships of entrepreneurship or career growth, because you know that you are the only one capable of fixing the leaks in your ship. You stop being a drifter and start being a designer, which is the first law of any enduring fortune. The transformation that begins with responsibility is not just financial, it is character-based. It requires a brutal honesty that most people find too painful to maintain. It means asking yourself, what have I been blaming instead of improving? Perhaps you've blamed your lack of time for your lack of skills, or your lack of capital for your lack of business progress. When you strip away those layers of self-deception, you are left with the raw truth. You have the agency to change. This realization is the beginning of the end for mediocrity. It forces you to get to work on the only thing you have absolute control over, yourself. In the economy of life, the marketplace does not pay for your needs. It pays for your results, and results are only produced by those who take ownership of the process. Lesson 2. Think long-term, not immediate. One of the most profound distinctions between the wealthy and the poor lies in their relationship with time. Poor thinking is dominated by the now, the immediate urge for comfort, the quick hit of dopamine, and the avoidance of present pain. Wealthy thinking, as Jim Rohn championed, is governed by the later. It is the ability to see beyond the current moment and invest energy into a future that hasn't arrived yet. Most people are caught in a cycle of immediate gratification, spending their money as soon as they earn it, and spending their time on entertainment that leaves them unchanged. To build a fortune, you must flip this script. You must become willing to endure a season of less, so that you can eventually enjoy a lifetime of more. This is the essence of strategic patience. The metaphor of the farmer is perhaps the most accurate representation of how wealth is created. A farmer understands the law of sowing and reaping. You cannot harvest in the same season that you plant. In our modern high-speed world, we have forgotten this fundamental biological truth. We want the hacks, the shortcuts, and the overnight success. But a fortune built quickly on a shallow foundation is a fortune that will vanish just as fast. Long-term thinking involves the discipline of delayed gratification, the choice to buy assets instead of liabilities, and to choose study over mindless scrolling. When you plant a seed of discipline today, you are essentially buying a piece of your future freedom. It requires a vision that is strong enough to pull you through the boredom of the middle stages. This long-term perspective changes how you view every resource at your disposal. Money is no longer something to be traded for temporary status symbols. It is seed to be planted in investments. Time is no longer something to be killed. It is the soil in which your skills and network grow. Jim Rohn taught that small, seemingly insignificant actions, when performed consistently over time, compound into extraordinary outcomes. This is the magic of compounding, not just in finance, but in character and knowledge. A single book read this week won't make you a genius, and saving $100 won't make you a millionaire today. However, the cumulative effect of these habits over a decade creates a gap between you and the rest of the world that becomes impossible to bridge. Fortune loves patience because patience allows for the maturity of your efforts. If you demand fruit tomorrow, you will likely dig up the seeds today out of frustration, ensuring that you never see a harvest. Successful people develop the long view, which allows them to remain calm during market volatility or career setbacks. They know that as long as the planting continues, the harvest is an inevitable law of nature. By focusing on creating value that lasts, rather than chasing the trend of the moment, you build a reputation and a portfolio that are resilient. The question is never, how can I get rich quick? But rather, who do I need to become, and what do I need to build to be wealthy forever? This shift in time frame is the secret sauce of every self-made fortune. Lesson 3. Guard your mind relentlessly. Jim Rohn famously said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But this principle extends far beyond your social circle. It applies to everything you allow into your mental space. Your mind is the laboratory where your future is synthesized. If you allow it to be polluted with negativity, gossip, and the victim narratives of the media, you cannot expect it to produce high-level strategies for success. Just as you would guard your physical home from intruders, you must guard the door of your mind against ideas that diminish your potential. A fortune is first a thought, then a plan, and then a reality. If the thought is corrupted by doubt or fear, the reality will never manifest. Mental nutrition is just as vital as physical nutrition. If you feed your body junk food, you become lethargic and ill. If you feed your mind junk information, you become cynical and paralyzed. We live in an age of information overload, where our attention is the most valuable commodity on earth. Every advertisement, news cycle, and social media feed is competing for a piece of your consciousness. To build a fortune, you must be ruthlessly selective. This means consciously choosing to read books that challenge your intellect, listening to mentors who have achieved what you desire, and rehearsing ideas of abundance rather than scarcity. You must treat your mind like a high-end investment portfolio, ensuring that every input has a high probability of yielding a positive output. The environment you immerse yourself in is shaping you even when you aren't paying attention. This is why Rohn emphasized the importance of association. If you hang around 5 people who are broke and complaining, you will almost certainly become the 6th. It's not just about their bank accounts. It's about their philosophy. Negative associations act as an anchor, keeping you tethered to a level of thinking that cannot support wealth. To elevate your life, you may have to prune your social circle and seek out expansive environments, places where big ideas are discussed and where excellence is the standard. This isn't about being elitist. It's about being protective of the only asset that can truly make you rich, your ability to think clearly and creatively. Guarding your mind also involves an internal dialogue. What are the stories you tell yourself when things go wrong? If your internal script is one of, "I'm not good enough," or "the system is rigged," you are sabotaging your fortune before you even start. Successful individuals practice a form of mental hygiene, where they actively replace excuses with affirmations and strategy. They protect their vision like it's a flickering flame in a storm. By controlling what you read, who you listen to, and what you rehearse, you create a mental fortress. In this fortress, confidence grows, and the how-to of wealth creation becomes clear. Remember, a bank account is simply a reflection of the mental landscape that preceded it. Clean the landscape, and the harvest will follow. Lesson 4. Learn to become more valuable. The marketplace is often viewed as a mysterious or unfair entity, but Jim Rohn simplified it with a single rule. You are paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. This is a liberating concept because it means your income is not capped by your boss, the government, or luck. It is capped only by your own utility. Most people spend their lives chasing money, which is like a dog chasing its tail. Money is a shadow. Value is the object that casts it. If you want the shadow to grow, you must grow the object. This means that personal development is not a hobby or a luxury. It is the most practical financial strategy in existence. If you want to earn more, you must simply become more. Becoming more valuable requires a commitment to skill acquisition and problem solving. In any given field, there is a massive pay gap between the average and the excellent. The difference isn't usually in the hours worked, but in the quality of the contribution made during those hours. A surgeon is paid more than a manual laborer, not because they work harder in a physical sense, but because they have developed a level of skill that is rare and highly necessary. To increase your fortune, you must look at your current skill set and ask, how can I double my value? This might mean mastering communication, learning a new technology, or developing leadership abilities. The more problems you can solve for other people, the more the marketplace will beat a path to your door. Jim Rohn's insight that income rarely exceeds personal development is a warning to those who seek wealth without growth. If someone hands $1 million to a person with a $1,000 mindset, the money will soon be gone. The person will find a way to return to their level of personal development. However, if you develop $1 million mindset and skill set, you can lose all your money, and you will likely have it all back in a year or two because of the value you carry within you. This is why the ultimate goal of the quest for fortune is not the money itself, but the person you must become to attract it. The money is just a scorecard for the growth you have achieved. Value creation is also about your attitude and your soft skills. You can be the most technically proficient person in the room, but if you are difficult to work with or lack integrity, your value is diminished. Rohn taught that things like punctuality, a positive spirit, and a willingness to go the extra mile are multipliers for your talent. When you combine high-level competence with a high-level character, you become an unstoppable force in the economy. Opportunities are attracted to people who make things easier for others. By focusing on how you can serve more people or solve bigger problems, you align yourself with the natural flow of wealth. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Lesson 5. Discipline creates freedom. There is a common misconception that discipline is a form of self-punishment or a cage that restricts one's life. Jim Rohn argued the exact opposite. Discipline is the only path to true freedom. Without discipline, you are a slave to your moods, your appetites, and your immediate impulses. If you lack the discipline to save, you are a slave to debt. If you lack the discipline to work, you are a slave to poverty. If you lack the discipline to learn, you are a slave to ignorance. The paradox of the human condition is that the easy road of indiscipline eventually leads to a very hard life. while the hard road of daily discipline eventually leads to an easy, free, and prosperous life. Every fortune is constructed from a series of small, mundane, and often repetitive acts of discipline. It is not the one-time heroic effort that builds a legacy. It is the quiet, daily commitment to the plan. It is the discipline to make the extra phone call, to save the 10% of your income even when things are tight, and to get up an hour early to study. These acts seem insignificant in isolation. One day of discipline doesn't make you wealthy, just as one day of indulgence doesn't make you a failure. But the cumulative weight of these choices over several years creates a massive trajectory shift. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and that bridge must be crossed every single day. Success is not a dramatic event. It is a scheduled habit. If you look at the lives of the truly wealthy, you won't find a series of lucky breaks. You will find a rigorous routine. They have disciplined their time, their health, and their finances. This consistency turns effort into identity. When discipline becomes part of who you are, you no longer have to will yourself to do the work. It becomes your natural state. This is where the freedom comes in. Because you have disciplined your finances, you have the freedom to travel or invest. Because you have disciplined your mind, you have the freedom from anxiety. You have paid the price up front, and now you get to enjoy the dividends for the rest of your life. The beauty of discipline is that it is a transferable skill. Once you master the discipline of one area, like fitness or waking up early, you realize that you have the muscle to master any other area, including the creation of a fortune. It builds self-respect and confidence, which are the internal fuels of leadership. Rohn taught that we must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is that discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons. By choosing the daily ounces of effort, you avoid the crushing weight of a wasted life. In the end, fortune is not something you catch. It is something you build, brick by brick, through the relentless application of discipline to your vision. At the end of the day, fortune is never just about money. Money is only the visible result. The real fortune is the person you become while building it. Jim Rohn understood that wealth begins internally before it ever appears externally. Before there is abundance, there is discipline. Before there is prosperity, there is vision. Before there is success, there is strategy. And that strategy starts with your mind. If you change the way you think, you change the way you act. If you change the way you act, you change your results. And when your results change consistently, your entire future changes with them. This is why the mental strategy behind every fortune is not a secret formula hidden from the world. It is available to anyone willing to adopt it. Take responsibility. Think long-term. Protect your mind. Increase your value. Practice daily discipline. These principles may sound simple, but simple does not mean easy, and easy does not create extraordinary lives. The difference between average and exceptional is often found in small, daily decisions, a better thought, a wiser choice, a more disciplined action, repeated over time. That is how fortunes are built, not overnight, but inevitably. So as you leave this message today, ask yourself one question. What mental strategy am I currently using to build my future? Because whether you realize it or not, you are already building something. The only question is whether you are building by design or by default. Choose wisely. Your future is watching, and your fortune may begin with the very next decision you make. If this message spoke to you, carry these lessons with you. And remember, a fortune is not first created in your bank account. It is first created in your mind. Thank you for watching.